Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Poodle back with another CFB 25 video. And in today's video, guys, I'm going to go over the secret about redshirting in Dynasty mode. Before we get to the video, guys, as always, get to do a big thumbs up. Can we get 350 likes in this video? Comment down below what your experience at redshirting has been this year, because honestly, when the year first started, I thought redshirting was pretty clear how to handle it. As we went on, I was like, all right, now I got it. And as it continues to go on, my thoughts on redshirting continuously keep changing. So this is where I kind of sit now. So I want to see what you guys are experiencing, kind of what you think about it. And of course, if you're new, subscribe. Guys, the website, I promise, is coming soon. I see a lot of comments saying, where's the website? It was just about done, and then my account got blocked because they're trying to verify my identity as if it's a scam account. It's very ridiculous. I'm been working with support as it goes on right now, but I'm almost there. Once my account's back verified, the website was like 99% done, and they blocked me at the very end, which is very frustrating. But be on the lookout. I will be posting it probably first over on Twitter and the community tab, and then you'll eventually will see it in the next video that comes out post website release. So just stay tuned for that. But let's get into it, guys. So when redshirting players, people looked at red shirts as like, all right, just mindlessly go through and redshirt freshmen. Then people looked at the dev traits and stuff and like, okay, well, but maybe you want to keep elite guys out. Then people were like, no, you should just redshirt because you get that off-season training boost. I'm coming to the point where I actually don't think redshirting helps that much with growth. And I'm gonna kind of preface this with, there's caveats to this, but there's a lot of positions where you'll redshirt them and they'll just get like 1 overall after the season goes on. You would have gotten more just playing with them. Now, what you might be saying is, but I get another year of eligibility. Not really. So the thing with redshirting and that I had originally thought was, okay, cool. It basically saves them for a year. Saves them for 1 year, and then I start their freshman year. But your freshman tag doesn't really matter. What matters is when you're draft eligible, and you're officially draft eligible as a redshirt sophomore. So if you let them sit for a year and then have a really good freshman sophomore year with them and get them to 90 overall, they just get drafted. That happens a lot to me. Now, again, there is a caveat. So let's say you do have the CEO package that, delay Sunday, I believe it's called, and you can hold them on, fine. Very different, but majority of people don't. So I just want to go through this and understand that there are situations where you keep them, but in other situations, you're better off just playing with them. So for instance, a guy that's a good example is this guy, Ebron. He's my quarterback. He's an elite dev trait freshman. Now he's a redshirt freshman, but he was a freshman. He was a 79 overall as a freshman. I redshirted him with a quarterback who went like 3rd round, hoping that he would get a big draft boost and Ebron would go up. But it seems like the draft boost and everything, it applies more to the guys above, not so much to the red shirt. The red shirts don't always grow. Now, there is some randomness to this game, and there are some moments where they do get a lot. But in most situations, my red shirts only go up like 1, 2, maybe 3, but they lose a whole year of eligibility. Had I just used Ebron for his entire freshman year, and with elite dev, and I played with him, I probably would have gotten him up to like an 84, 85. Just talking straight like XP and skill points, right, as a lower overall, and playing with him as my starting quarterback. So when approaching the red shirt, don't just mindlessly go in there and just apply it to all. So I'm gonna go through a few scenarios. So for instance, this guy right here, Tribble, sidestep, platinum sidestep. He's definitely an elite tier starting running back. However, there's a caveat. I have a 96, well, let's go by the actual rating, 94, 91, 88, 87, 83, and an 80. He's not starting for me. So feel free to redshirt him, because yeah, you're going to actually still lose a year of eligibility, but then you're also not going to upgrade him. So redshirting's fine in that case, but you need to get away from the mindless freshman redshirting, because there will be situations where you don't want to redshirt a freshman. Again here, this guy's too low of an overall. So the general rule of thumb for me is if they're below like a 75, 76 overall, they're going to be redshirted no matter what. That still stands true for me, because honestly, most positions below that overall just won't function right. A wide receiver who's decently fast but has like 60 route running in the 70s just won't run a route. You're going to throw a lot of picks trying to anticipate routes. A quarterback in the low 70s or high 60s just isn't going to play well. And same thing goes for O-line, D-line, cornerbacks. If they're that low, feel free to just redshirt them. But if they're actually above like a 76, or they're in a position where you can actually use, so for instance, Mallory, there's a guy that I didn't redshirt. Why? He started as an 82 overall. Now, I did have a 90 overall linebacker ahead of him, but he was faster. He has platinum blow up, and he just was an elite style middle linebacker. Now, he started as an 82 overall as a freshman. So what I had to keep in mind here is that as an 82 overall freshman, let's say this, I redshirt him, he goes up to an 84. Then in his freshman season, I have a good year with him, he goes up to like an 88. He can basically almost be drafted as a sophomore, which means I'm definitely losing him his junior year. So I only would have gotten two good years out of him, possibly, if he doesn't go into sophomore year. And then we're talking on the light side. That's if he does not get pulled, he doesn't get a big boost. If he gets a big boost between playing with him in a freshman year and then the sophomore offseason to where he goes 90, I could lose him going into that junior year or at the end of that sophomore year, right? So then I only get 2 good years of playing with him. Now, by doing what I did, I played with him as an 82, but he was elite enough to start, got freshman year out of him. I played with him as a sophomore, got sophomore year out of him. Now he's a junior, and he's only ended up being an 87, which actually worked. I kept him right below that threshold, so I get a 3rd year out of him, and then I'm going to get a 4th year, hopefully, out of this guy. There's a lot of cases where I see people redshirting, like you'll get an 82 overall corner or an 82 overall linebacker, and you'll redshirt him, get lucky with a big offseason boost where they go up to like an 87. Again, you can get lucky like that, and then you lose them that next season. But in most cases, redshirting just isn't doing much to me. So like either way, I feel like it's a lose-lose. Either they blow up in their freshman season up to like an 87, 88, and then you lose them in the draft their sophomore season, or you end up in a situation where they don't blow up, they get 1 point, you just lost a year, made them draft eligible a year earlier than how you could have played with them. Now, I do want to say there are some situations where they're just not good. Like you have 390 right here, right? I have 391 overall corners or 2 and an 88. These are situations where I definitely would just redshirt everyone below them because I'm just not going to be starting guys over many of these guys up here. So you want to just redshirt them, but you want to be looking at this on a per position basis. The point of this whole video is don't go through your redshirts and mindlessly just apply them. I see that far too often, and it's going to be one of the biggest things. Another thing, when redshirting, understanding your archetypes, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. Some archetypes just don't grow that well. So let's go back to the beginning here with quarterback. This guy, UD's, was a great redshirt because he's a field general quarterback. Field general quarterbacks, their lowest stat caps are going to be on their accuracy. So let me go show you that. So I hope you guys stay tuned for this because it's one of the most important parts, to be honest with you. His lowest thing is accuracy. So all it's going to take for him is a little bit of points, right? So this is only 6 and it's max. So at the beginning, it would have been like 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. He upgrades it so quickly, which means his overall actually will skyrocket. So a guy like UD's, if you actually were to go ahead and redshirt them, they'll get a big boost. If you redshirt a scrambling quarterback, they won't, because the little XP they're going to get from their redshirt year will just go to very expensive things because they're not going to fast upgrade the things that matter. So their overall is not going to go up that high. They're going to stay low overall, and you're going to use the year of eligibility. While a field general quarterback, you're going to lose really quickly because they're the guys. See, look, so I redshirted him. He's an 86. If I play this season with him right now, his freshman year, if I play with him at an 84 plus another offseason boost of everything that he gets, he'll be above a 90, and I might lose him going into the end of the season at the training upgrade, and then draft. I may lose him like right in that range, or about to lose him heading into the next season. So he's a guy that I will lose sophomore year. So understanding, if you go back to my last video about player archetypes, you want to watch that video. I go through all the player archetypes and what's their fast buckets per accuracy, per stats, per run blocking, depending on your archetype. Those guys who have super fast upgrade abilities, like route running receivers, field general QB, zone safety and or run support safety, and a few others, power rusher DT, those guys are going to build so quickly that if you redshirt them, you may just lose them in their sophomore year. And that becomes very problematic for your team building because in most cases, right, you're like, okay, I have 2 freshman quarterbacks right here. Let's say you didn't have Ebron, you just have this guy, UD's. You get him out and you're like, okay, he's a freshman. I have 4 years with him, right? Not really. You have 3 because he's a redshirt. I have 3 years with him, and then not really because he could also blow up in the sophomore year and leave. The point is, you think you have 3 years out of him. So you don't recruit a freshman quarterback this year, and then he leaves in your sophomore year, and this guy's a senior. Now you end up with like 1 quarterback of the bunch, and he could also leave this guy. So that's why it's important to understand when redshirting, like, okay, that quarterback could leave after year 2 or 3 because he's a field general, and he's going to upgrade very quickly. So I need to make sure I have a backup plan for him. And I don't want to be redshirting him. And if I do redshirt him, make sure there's a guy that's coming in behind him in case he leaves early. And that's where the strategy comes in with these redshirts. So that's why with running backs, I've been doing this and having a trio of them because I don't want to risk any of these guys going early. Running backs haven't really had that problem. Like I said, it's field general QBs. These guys tend to leave in their sophomore redshirt season a lot because, like I said, after this year upgrades, he's going to go to 90. So he's a guy that I can't rely on for having for too long. So that's why you always want to be bringing in a pipeline of guys behind him. And that goes for a lot of positions, end as well. And if you have an end above 90, they usually tend to go in the draft pretty early, right? Defensive ends. That's another position where I like to usually have a pipeline. I have them on the right end this time instead of left, but I like to have a pipeline behind them that way in case anyone leaves early. So if you're going to be redshirting a lot of people, you want to be bringing in a pipeline of positions that you really care about. If you're going to be doing kind of like I said it and watching out with certain positions, that's important too. I hope this makes sense. I'm also going to make an all-inclusive, fast way to upgrade player video that goes through all of this now as well. I'm going to combine all my info for the year, which is the stat caps, which is the dev traits, which is the archetype growing speed as well from my website and my spreadsheets. But guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn that noti bell. Can we get 350 likes on this video? And as always, don't forget, the website's coming. Stay tuned, be ready for it. It's going to be a great launch. I hope you guys do enjoy it. And remember, it's going to be dropping first on Twitter and in the YouTube community tab. So find that, go into your YouTube app, go to my account where you see my videos. There'll be a tab for community. I'll be dropping the links and everything there. And then the next video that does come within that range will be the one where I actually talk about it with a advertisement and everything in the video for you to actually see it. But until then, stay tuned. Look out, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm out. And also, make sure to leave feedback when the website drops. I do want user feedback. I will be taking all of your input, how to make it better, what to improve, what you want to see less of. I'll be taking it all. So please DM me on Twitter, give me brutally honest feedback, and I'll take it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.